Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody. My assistant cat, Tommy, is resting on his cat tree after fighting with me over clipping his nails. And I'm going to be reviewing this excellent Lionsteel SR11 integral, made in Italy. You've got a Sleipner steel blade, which is a variant of D2. And this is coated with a nice durable coat. I'm not sure exactly what type of coating it is, but it has been good at holding up. It's a nice matte finish blade on the coating. You have an integral, that means one piece, aluminum handle with a stainless steel insert, frame lock insert. And the fit and finish of the knife and the action of this knife is amazing. This exact example of the knife. The aluminum frame here is not that firm to release. It's medium tension to release. And you've got these ball bearings that just shake shutty. So you can adjust the tension of the knife with it's a Torx bit there. It's a T8, or is it a T? Yeah, it's a T8. This handle fits my hand perfectly. So you've got this cutout for the finger and this little cutout for the back of the fingers there. So this little palm swell here, this ridge, a little swell in the back, and this creates a finger stop for stability during piercing. You have a little swell up here too, and you have a bit of it swells out a little bit in the middle and tapers again in the front and back. All these subtle contours, including this very mild pattern on the handle, little diamond pattern with some little slashes on the top and bottom, create an incredibly comfortable and locked in feel for my hand shape. So I'm going to tell you the dimensions of my hand. If your hand is the same size as mine, you have to get this knife, because this is like a perfect feeling knife. I wear extra large gloves. I think I'm 7 inches from palm to tip of my finger. Let's just confirm that again. No, a bit bigger. 7.5 inches from base of the palm, tip of the finger. 3.5 inch finger width, 4-inch palm width. And with my hand size, I have big hands, a big guy, fits this perfectly. And that eliminates the complaints that most other knife reviewers have about the feel of the knife. They complain that the knife handle is slippery for them. Under extended use cutting, they find it's uncomfortable because it's so slippery. They have smaller hands than me. If you have medium-sized hands, this is not going to be ideal for you, because this is just a smooth design. And it's not a grippy texture. You can see, just comparing with other textures on here. Yeah, I mean, it's not a grippy texture. So you want the actual shape of the handle to lock you in, as opposed to the coating on this one. So if you have smaller hands, it will slide around during hard use. But I have had no problem with my hand being locked in, comfortable and secure for any kind of use. Hard use, no problem. So yeah, I love the comfort and security of the handle for my hand size. This did win Knife of the Year at Blade Show in like 2017, something like that. That doesn't mean it's a perfect knife. It's not going to be a perfect knife if you have smaller hands. But for me, this is actually close to being a perfect knife. So this, for me, this is a 10 out of 10 knife. All factors in with the price and everything. I paid $280 Canadian for this, which is a good value for an integral aluminum handle, a variant of D2. Sleipner steel is supposed to be better than D2. It's tougher. It actually has good toughness, more toughness than D2. Comparable edge retention, probably a little bit less than D2. And it's a semi-stainless, but with this coating, then it's with the coating, you don't have to worry about corrosion resistance. The attention to detail on the manufacture of this knife is excellent. You have perfect centering, blade centering. The flipper tab is comfortable and just the perfect size for ease of deployment. The lock bar, there's no lock stick, and there's about 35% lockup. I don't know what people judge percentage of lockup. Is that how far the frame goes into the lock bar goes into the? But I'm just saying how much of the actual blade stock is covered by the frame lock on here is about 35% of the blade stock is covered by this lock here. It feels very secure. And you have this little party trick, which is a wheel that when you spin the wheel to the right about a quarter turn, it will lock, it'll prevent the frame lock from releasing. So you have essentially a fixed blade, and then you spin it, and it's a medium to firm tension, but it's smooth to activate it. And there's no like detents. Doesn't click. It just slides and then stops, slides and then stops to release it. And I just use my thumb, overcome the lock bar tension, and then with my index finger here, I slide the knife down until the flipper tab hits my thumbnail, like this. And then I just continue to slow roll the knife closed. That's how I do it. So the only method of actuation of the knife is this flipper, and it doesn't need anything else. It works great. This is my favorite of the color variations it comes with. You get colored handles, red handles, blue handles, and stuff. You get a beautiful satin blade option with the black aluminum, which I bought that also. Only difference is this has a V grind edge, which is great, works great, perfectly even on both sides. You got an even apex like this. It's not off to one side. Cuts great. With the plain blade version, I have a variation of the plain blade version here. This one is with a titanium handle. This comes with a convex grind, and it's very well done. Look at that. It's almost a mirror polish. Maybe it is a mirror. Yeah, it's close to it. Almost a mirror polish. This convex grind cuts about the same as the V grind. Excellent. A sharpness out of the box. Nice and even. No hang-ups on receipt paper. And this model has the same hardware as this model. I'm referring to the pocket clip. Same style and size of pocket clip. My other aluminum handle and satin blade knife had a slightly longer pocket clip that came up and then flattened out. And while it was good, it was maybe not a hot spot, but I could feel it in my palm during certain hand positions, where this is, even though the bill, goes up a bit and stays up, I can't even feel it in my hand. Can't even feel it. And so I prefer this shape of the pocket clip. Otherwise, there were no differences between the satin blade black aluminum handled one, other than that one had a convex grind, or this has a V grind, and the pocket clip was a little tiny bit longer. Everything else was identical. The action was excellent on that knife also. So there is a difference in tension on the lock bar, frame lock between these two knives. Because this is titanium and the dimensions, I believe, are the same. Titanium is a harder steel than aluminum. Is aluminum even a steel? It's a metal. Anyway, this is a firmer tension to release, and it's noticeable. Whereas this tension to release is medium. This is firm. And with it kind of makes it less fidgety. When this came out of the box, there was no lock stick on the frame lock, but one or two of the bearings were starting to seize up after just a few openings. So I put some knife lube, just dropped a couple drops of knife lube over top on the bearings here, and that fixed the bearing problem. Very smooth now. But some of the lube got onto the contact space between the frame lock and the blade, and you don't want to put lube on that area, because then you get into over travel and potential lock stick. And that's what I have now. I've been drying it off, soap and watering the area, and it's better. But if I deploy it lightly, there's no lock stick. But if I deploy it firmly, which you should be able to do, let's see. Okay, I'll do it more firmly than that. Okay, that time there's no lock stick. But you can get on this one lock stick to the point where I have to actually use my index finger, two fingers here, and pull it, and you'll hear an audible like click. Oh yeah, good. Here we go. There. To release it. And actually, that's kind of not the end of the world. I don't need a tool. I don't need a screwdriver to pry it out. But I will continue to work just dry. Let's just continue to wipe it off with paper towel and stuff until there's no more oil there, and get rid of the lock stick. But I prefer the aluminum handle version over the titanium handle, just because the tension is lighter to release it. The titanium one feels great and looks great. There's no coating on the blade. You get a little bit more texture, not texture. You get a little bit more friction on the blade, on the handle, because it's uncoated, where it's a really smooth coating. Applied Weapons Technology aluminum scales has a really nice coating on their handles that is not slippery. It's almost like it feels like a G10 or rubbery, a little bit coating, whereas this one is very smooth. So you get a little bit more traction on the uncoated titanium, and titanium's significantly heavier than aluminum, so you get a really nice, satisfying, heavy-duty feel with this. So some people will prefer the feel of the titanium handle version over the aluminum handle version. This is nice and light. This is nice and tactical because it's light, sturdy. You can operate this with gloves. You can pierce, cut, and slice with this. This one is just a little bit harder to operate, to close. And just the extra weight, it's not going to be a significant amount of durability increase. Like, this is perfectly fine even for heavy duty tasks. So this one is more for collectors that want a premium, impress their knife buddies with this build quality. That's the market for this titanium version over the aluminum version. Price difference, this was about $280 Canadian, this was $450 Canadian. Sleipner steel on both. Got the beautiful satin blade on here with the convex grind. Got this beautiful, or not beautiful, got this cool looking matte finish with a V grind. They cut the same. I'll show you right now. So, let's do some receipt cutting. Really sharp and no hang-ups, no fraying here. Let's see how easily it will cut paracord. Medium, it took medium effort to cut that. This is the convex grind. Wow, really smooth. Equally great. A sharp right out of the box. Just like a grade A. Really good. See how much effort it takes to cut through the paracord. Yeah, just maybe even less effort, medium light effort. So yeah, you got the handle thickness is medium for a full-size knife. Blade thickness is on the thick side, but you have a high flat grind with this little unsharpened swedge here. So you're getting a really nice balance of performance and durability out of the blade shape. And this is just a great all-around blade shape. It can do everything well. It could be a work knife, it could be a self-defense knife, this can be heavy-duty knife. You can do wood crafting probably with this knife. There's no thumb studs or anything thumb discs or anything to impede passing through things. You can do food prep with this. It's just a really usable blade shape. And the price for the materials made in Italy is good. Even this one at $450 for titanium Sleipner steel and this gorgeous fit and finish is that's decent, not overpriced. So I am gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 for me, because this is firm to release, but still it's a 9 out of 10 knife because the releasing part is less important than the deployment part, right? If you need to use your knife, you want it to be able to deploy easily. The releasing part is less important, and it's still good. Let's do a size comparison here to show you where it sits with all my premium, great designed knives here. All right, so this is yet to be reviewed. This is the tenable Fenrir. This is 7.8 inches overall. And just to show you, this actually fully fits in my hand. So even though it's 7.8 inches, not fully 8 inches, even if you have large hands, this is going to be able to fit you. Everything else is 8 inches and longer. So you have also yet to be reviewed Petrified Fish Victor. This is 8 inches. Same length is the Lionsteel SR11. 1/4 inch longer is the Fox Knives ATCF. Same length, a little bit taller, is the Benchmade Presidio 2. And 1/4 inch longer, Kaiser Begleiter XL. So you can see where the SR11 fits in size-wise. These are 3.5 inch blade, 4.5 inch handle, total of 8 inches in length. I'll just weigh both of them for you so you get an idea. Okay, so the aluminum one weighs 5 ounces, 5.1 ounces, which is at the beginning of what I call heavy. Heavy meaning you're going to notice it in your pocket, you're going to feel it in your pocket, but 5 ounces, I would be able to put this in a day pack, and I'm not going to be exhausted putting that in there. Or this One weighs 6.8 ounces. So yeah, it's definitely, you can definitely feel it. This one, borderline, put it in a day pack. You know, might want go out with something lighter. So that concludes my review of the Lionsteel SR11. I love this knife, and hope you all have a great day. I'll have more knife reviews coming up soon. Okay, bye.